Bruin News Now is made possible by the generous support of C-Spire, Orange Theory Fitness, St. Dominic's, and these fine sponsors. This week on the show, Miss Terry Cooper talks about the importance of service hours. And 2 St. Joe seniors signed to play baseball at community college. And you can expect cold weather tonight. Weather, sports, and all the news are next. Bruin News Now for Friday, November 12th, 2021 begins right now. From the campus of St. Joseph Catholic School in Madison, this is Mississippi's high school news leader, the international, award-winning high school newscast, Bruin News Now.
Happy Friday, St. Joe. I'm Emerson Irwin.
And I'm Paige Liacano. Can you believe it? We are a few days away from the middle of November. Thanksgiving break starts at the end of next week, and semester exams will be here before you know it.
And that means one of the most important things we do here at St. Joe, something that includes every grade and every student. Our Gospel Service Hours program faces a critical deadline.
You're right, Emerson. Students in grades 7 through 12 must complete half of their required community service hours by Wednesday, December 1st. That's the Wednesday after we return from Thanksgiving.
High school students need to complete 15 service hours this semester, half of the required 30. And middle school students need 10, half of their required 20. Some students already have completed all of their hours.
In the first edition of what will be an ongoing feature here on Bruin News Now, what we call Bryson Reports, BNN's Bryson Poindexter talked with Miss Terry Cooper, the 7th grade religion teacher, about the importance of gospel service hours.
I'm Bryson Poindexter, and today we are talking about gospel service hours. I'm joined here today with Mrs. Terry Cooper. Thanks for joining me. Would you please explain the importance of gospel service hours at St. Joe?
So part of the mission of St. Joe is certainly to educate all of our students so that they can go on and be successful in their lives and provide for their families. But there's another very important piece to this life, and that is preparing ourselves for heaven. And we know in Matthew, the Sermon on the Mount, that the question is, what do we do for the least of our brothers? And Jesus said that what we do for Him. So as a school community, it is important that we pass that knowledge on to our students, and hopefully getting comfortable serving others as young people will follow them into adulthood as well.
What types of service projects can students on hours?
An easy way to find places to earn those hours is on the St. Joe app that all the students have on their iPads. And under students, there's a listing that says service opportunities. So there's a lot of things there. But the answer really is it's as open and varied as our children are here at St. Joe. If they have an interest in any way that serves the poor or the underprivileged or the neglected or the sick, then any of those avenues would be perfectly fine to follow. We have hours, of course, in our own churches that count. We have service opportunities through bigger organizations that are nonprofit and serve the sick, then those count. But at the end of the day, anything that the students are interested in that serve the poor, the needy in our community would count toward service.
How can students keep track of their service hours?
Well, there's an app called x2vol.com, and the students log in and they just follow the steps as they go down the page. The most important piece of that is the email of the supervisor of the service hours. And then that app will send that supervisor an email where they can say, yes, they were here, and yes, this is the correct number of hours. And then that way their religion teachers can approve those hours and kind of keep track that way. So every time they open that app, it tells them which hours are pending, which hours are verified, and which hours are approved. And that's x2vol.com.
Thanks for joining me, Mrs. Cooper.
It was my pleasure, Bryson.
For Bruin News Now, I'm Bryson Poindexter.
Thanks, Bryson. Great interview. You know, community service at St. Joe doesn't end with gospel service hours. We always have something happening to help those in need throughout the great Jackson area.
We feed families at Thanksgiving and provide children gifts for Christmas. Last year, during the historic Central Mississippi ice storm that knocked out water in much of Jackson, St. Joe collected bottled water for the nuns at the Carmelite Monastery.
This week, Ms. Cooper announced another school effort to help replenish food banks at St. Richard's Catholic Church and the Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Canton.
Ms. Cooper has requested all students collect 7,500 canned food items during Advent and another 7,500 during Lent. If students collect 7,500 by December 8th, all religion semester exams will be canceled.
With the pandemic, the poor are really suffering and the food pantries are having trouble serving all those that have needs. So as a community, as a school body, we're trying to see if we can make a difference. So by December 8th, which happens to be the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, we're trying to have 7,500 cans in the building.
Thursday was Veterans Day here and all across America. It is a time to honor the men and women who served our country in the armed forces. The holiday was originally known as Armistice Day, and it celebrated the major hostilities with Germany in World War I, ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. St. Joe celebrated Veterans Day today with the program in the Fine Arts Building.
The fall theatrical production of Clue opened last night in the Fine Arts Theater. The comedy/mystery is based on classic Hasbro board game. If you missed last night's show, you still have 2 more chances to catch the play, 7 p.m. tonight and 7 p.m. on Saturday. Admission is $10. St. Joe students, as well as Sister Thea Bowman, St. Anthony, and St. Richard's students who wear their school shirts can get in free.
We're excited about the show. We're excited to have all of our families and the most important part of our show present. We're making great time. The set looks amazing. The actors look even better. We're good on our lines. We're right on track. Of course, we got a couple of touch-ups and paintings that we have to do, but nothing that'll keep us from putting on the show that the audience deserves.
St. Joe sent a 27-member delegation to the 2021 Mississippi Youth and Government Youth Legislature this week. The event is a mock legislature where students propose, write, debate, and vote on legislation, giving them a taste of what it would be like to serve in an actual Mississippi legislature. BNN's own Wills Davis, who served as governor this year at Boise State, is serving as governor of Youth Legislature.
We're going to have it, I think it's going to last till Saturday. Should be a pretty good time. It's the first time we've had a governor in 7 years. I'm serving as our governor, so hopefully we can pass a lot of pieces of legislation on the behalf of St. Joe.
The next grade level retreat is for the freshman class on Tuesday, November 16th. This will be the last retreat of the first semester. The sophomore retreat, the only one remaining, will take place in the spring semester. Class retreats offer students a chance to break away from school for a day, get to know each other, and deepen their relationship with God.
Okay, so on November 16th, the 9th graders are going to St. Richard's, where we get to learn how to grow as a class and learn more about ourselves and about others. And it's going to be a really fun experience, and we hope that we all have a really fun time and we get there and come back safely.
Coming up, Jimmy Thomas has the latest in Bruin basketball, including Tuesday's big win.
And Capreto with the weather is back with the chilly forecast. Stick around for sports and weather.
Jimmy Thomas, and this is the Bruin News Now Sports Report. It's been a busy week here at St. Joe, and I'm here to fill you in. The top news comes from Bruin baseball. On Tuesday, St. Joe senior baseball players Sam Thomas and Christopher Watson signed scholarship offers to further athletic careers in baseball. Watson signed to play ball for Meridian Community College, while Thomas signed to play at Colin Community College. The signing took place in the St. Joe Library, where family, friends, and students attended in support. Food was served to those that attended, and many photos were taken to commemorate such a special day. Both guys have played for the St. Joseph baseball team from middle school all the way to their current senior year. Of course, before they head off to community college, both of them have a little business to take care of here at the Joe. Play the 2022 baseball season in the spring semester while aiming for a state championship in the team's first season in the MAIS. Congratulations again to Watson and Thomas on their achievements, and good luck on the 2022 season. Speaking of baseball, the Bruin baseball team is already preparing for the 2022 season. The squad led by Coach Gerard McCall, Coach Matthew Sigler, and Coach Joseph Dykes are all excited for the season after going 21-9 last year and 8-0 in district play. Their final season in the MHSAA, the boys made it all the way to the third round of the playoffs where they lost to the East Union Urchins, capping off a very impressive year. This year, the Bruins plan on going all the way to state. In other news, the Bruin boys and girls basketball teams faced McLaurin Tuesday night at home. The girls, led by Coach Thomas Groves, started the night with a bang. They jumped to a very quick lead in the first period and never let up. The final score was 75-38. After that, the Bruin boys team, led by Coach Michael Howell and Coach Kendall Morrison, kept it going with a dominating win over McLaurin as well. Just like the girls team, they got off to a great start with the lead and kept the foot on the gas. Their final score was 69-29.
And I think we're playing really great as a team. We had a good start to the season. We have a lot of good contributors, a lot of good seniors, key players coming in, juniors as well, and sophomores. Everybody's contributing well.
The next home game will be next Monday when the Bruins will face Canton Academy. We should have a packed house. If you can't make it to the game, you can follow all the action live on Bruin Sports Radio, heard exclusively on WJXCLP Jackson, Mississippi Catholic Radio, 107.9 FM. You can also watch a live stream of the games with audio from the Bruin Sports Radio broadcast team right here on the Bruin News Now YouTube channel. The Bruin Sports Radio team consists of Rains Walker and myself, and we will bring you all the action live. Boys soccer is finally back. The team, led by coaches Dwayne Demon and Daniela Poe, have been working very hard in their preparation for their first game on November 16th against Copiah Academy at home. Last year, we saw the team winning one game and not going far into the playoffs. This year looks to be very different for the Bruins, as it is their first season in the MAIS. Fans saw the girls soccer team making it all the way to the state championship game, and the boys are eager to do the same.
I'm really excited for the season, and we've been working hard at practice, and I think it's going to be a really great season, and we're going to do a lot better than we did last year.
Well, that's it for Bruin Sports this week. I'm Jimmy Thomas. Blue and gold forever, baby.
Hello, Bruins. I'm your weatherman Trey with your Friday forecast. You can expect cool weather with the highs in the 60s and the lows in the 40s. You can expect most of the same over the weekend with the highs in the 50s and the lows in the 40s, with partly cloudy skies, with winds at an 8 miles per hour and humidity at a 70%. Looking ahead, remember to join us all in the St. Joe Gym on Monday night for the St. Joe Canton Academy basketball game. Skies should be clear and temperatures in the low 70s. The only heat will come from the action on the court. Well, that's it for your Friday forecast. And remember, I'm Trey Capretta with the weather.
Thanks, Jimmy and Trey. I love the cooler weather. It's starting to feel like Thanksgiving. It also makes it more enjoyable to film our newscasts outside and around the campus.
Speaking of which, you know it takes a lot to create an episode of Bruin News Now every week. We have 27 students in our broadcast class, and quite literally takes everyone doing their job to produce a newscast.
We are actually working on 2 newscasts at the same time every week. The one for the upcoming Friday and then another one for the following week.
Every Friday during the school year since December 2015, Bruin News Now has been sharing the news on campus in a weekly newscast. Although our newscasts have evolved over the years, the work that goes into them is still the same.
A lot of people don't know the amount of work people do behind the scenes. The newscast doesn't just consist of those on camera.
In fact, newscast planning begins the week before. Because of the block schedule, our staff may only have 2 or 3 classes to put the newscast together. Planning consists of a lineup and setting a filming date. We film news, sports, and weather all on one day, normally in the middle of the week. If you think that's a lot, there sure is more. Scripts have to be written, packages have to be put together, and sound bites or interviews all have to be in early. Everyone has to meet deadlines and be able to work under pressure.
The most tedious task is the editing. There's an editor for news, sports, and weather. Adriana Terrazas is our chief editor who makes sure everything's in place.
I actually am one of the editors. You know, we get all the video that was from anchoring, and we piece it together and put interviews in between and make sure there is no choppy film or make sure the audio is correct.
Everyone has to do their assigned job, and one little thing can cause the newscast to fall apart. Technology issues are common, and we're always navigating around different problems.
A special shout out to our leader, Terry Casarino. He totally gives us our own choice over the newscast, and he just makes us feel at home. He makes it like a big family.
It truly is a challenging class, but it also is a creative outlet for us and a heck of a lot of fun producing Bruin News Now week after week.
In the end, we essentially are telling the story of St. Joseph Catholic School every week. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Bruin News Now. Thanks for watching.
Remember the canned food drive at St. Joe. We need to collect 7,500 cans. Also remember to push that button and subscribe to the Bruin News Now channel on YouTube.
There, you will find this episode and an archive of every episode dating back to December 2015. I'm Paige Liacano.
And I'm Emerson Irwin. Until next week, so long everybody.